Welcome back to another fun-filled show. I'm your host, he is Blanchard, aka Free Blanche, aka Blanstradamus, aka Blanchy Kruger. Today's title is Will the Negro Make It to Heaven? Today's title is Will the Negro Make It to Heaven? Saying that the Epstein situation is like the Russian collusion hoax is insane. I saw someone that did a video and they said that how do we know they weren't trying to protect the innocent people? He said because everybody that was around Epstein wasn't messing with children or engaging in the activity. He said, so what about those people? You know, do you just release the files and condemn everybody, or you know what? But I would just say that I knew that they were not going to release those Epstein files. There's no way. There's no way. The public couldn't handle it. It's just no way they were going to do it. It was too many people. You know, no. I knew they weren't going to do it. What's up, Janan? Janan, you sent me something. Nicodemus sent me something. What's up, Paul? Tiana, what's up? What's up, Quay? But let's jump right into this real quick. Again, today's title is Will the Negro Make It to Heaven? Will the Negro make it to heaven? And my answer to that is yes, if heaven is segregated. If heaven is segregated, then the Negro will make it in. But let's just jump right into it. Let's just jump on into it. So, and again, somebody said, you know, if heaven got a ghetto, and, you know, they mentioned that, you know, they talked about heaven having a ghetto. I know Tupac had a song about it, Master P had a song about it. But if you think about Black people trying to even redefine what heaven is so they can get in because they know they don't qualify to get into regular heaven. And this really comes from a rejection of the word of God, where Black people have replaced God's word with skin worship and skin color. But you see right here, the kings and queens are at it again. They're having a shootout. Now I'm assuming it was some kind of block party or something going on, and these folks just opened fire. Total disregard for human life. Just a lack of regard for children, elderly, parents. Just have a shootout in the middle of the street, middle of the neighborhood, just shoot it out, and you know, and then blame white people. Play it again. Ms. Jackson said we are all colors of wheat. I'll go with that. But as you can see, and this is Black men doing this. These are Black men, young Black men. You know, this type of behavior is glorified in the community. It's glorified in the movies. It's glorified in the music. It's just glorified. So why wouldn't they do it? Quick reminder. The God O'Clock shirt that I have on. This is the gray version, God on Clock. When you all go to godoclock.com, I'm sorry, God Clock Shop, godclock.shop, your first what's the word? Your first discount is 10%, then your second discount will be 15%. I said it wrong. It's not 15%, it's your first purchase, you get 10% off. Then the second purchase, you get 15% off. So you're going to have to spend a little money to get the discount. But nevertheless, if you can support, I know that one of you all brought a shirt. So I want to really thank you all for doing that. This is some friends of mine, and they have a positive message. Obviously, this shirt is right on time because these young men on this porch are on demon time. And this is shirt and this brand was created in opposition to demon time. Thank you, Sean Myers. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, you said the guy in the wheelchair lost his life. I'm pretty sure a few people lost their lives in this shootout. If we go back to it, I mean. And it's just so tragic, and they're going to blame white people. Now they're going to try to convince you that slavery is causing people to have shootouts in 2025. They're trying to convince you that slavery from the 1600s is causing black people to murder each other in cold blood in the streets. This is what they're going to try to. I don't know how they make the correlation, but somehow slavery is causing you all to do this. Christopher said, but Blanche, the white man put the guns in the hood. What I find fascinating about black people is that why is it when I tell you all to read your Bible, you're able to tell me no, but if the white man puts some dope in your community, you got to sell it or use it? Why is it that when I say things like, give your life to Christ, you all are able to tell me no? When the white man says, give your life to Christ, you tell him no, that's the white man's religion, that's the white man's Bible. It's funny to me that when the white man is talking about good stuff, you all are able to tell him no. But you tell me when the white man is putting guns and drugs in the community, you just got to indulge in it. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with the white man tells you to get married, tells you to get a job. The white man tells you to invest. The white man tells you to get a house. Like the white man tells you a lot of positive things to do, and you all tell him no. But if the white man puts some drugs or guns in your face, you got to use the drugs and shoot the guns. It's hard for me to believe that. It's just hard for me to believe that. Today's title is, Will the Negro Make It to Heaven? Paul said 75 shot in Chicago, 12 dead, 28 shot, 13 dead in Philly, 28 shot, 2 dead in Baltimore, all in a 3-day span, all bliggities. 75 shot in Chicago, 12 dead, 28 shot, 13 dead, Philly, 28 shot, 2 dead in Baltimore, all that in a 3-day span. And you all want to convince me that slavery is causing you to do this. You all trying to convince me that the white man is telling you to do this. The white man is making you do this. It's just hard for me to think. Thank you, Paul. Today's title is, Will the Negro Make It to Heaven? And Negro is spelled NE-GROW. The Negro means need to grow. I don't use the Negro as in the color black, negro. I use Negro as in need to grow. That's how I spell it. But let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue.
That's a mother's worst fear.
Alicia Anderson reflecting on the day she found out her 2-year-old daughter had suffered second and third degree burns after being put in scalding hot water.
The nurses told me that it looked as though she had been forcibly held down in the water because there was a handprint.
3-year-old JC was burned on the legs, feet, and even her genital areas and underwent multiple surgeries.
She's going to fight this for the rest of her life. It's not something that was just a simple thing that she can get over. She's got years to recover from this.
This happened in September at a daycare owned by the girl's foster mother, 29-year-old Ija Hall, who pleaded guilty to 1 count of child abuse earlier this month. She's expected to take a plea deal of 36 months probation. JC's biological mother says that the punishment is not harsh enough.
It's not an appropriate punishment for this crime.
What do you think she deserves?
I think she deserves to be in a prison cell to think about what she did.
Anderson and her family are now hoping for justice and have started a petition pushing for the maximum sentence.
Now, my question for all of you out there is, what do you think would happen if it was a white woman that held the black woman's daughter in the scalding hot water and burned her feet, legs, and genitals? What do you think would happen if it was a white woman who held down a 2-year-old black child in scalding hot water and burnt their feet, legs, and genitals? Do you think that that white woman would only get probation? Do you think that that white woman would only get probation? This case is horrific because she held that little girl down in that water because she was white. And I tell you all the time that black people are raised to hate white people. And you can lie and say it's not true, but all of the movies, all of the history books, all the propaganda, all of your favorite black leaders have disliked white people. Slavery, roots, there's so much propaganda and programming out there to where it's almost impossible for a black person to not hate white people. This is absolutely disgusting because you all know and I know that if a white woman did this to a black child, she wouldn't get probation. She would still be in jail without bail. You know this. You know, we can talk about white privilege and systemic oppression, all this stuff. We can talk about it, but in reality, it doesn't exist. What does exist is this woman that runs a daycare held this baby down in that scalding hot water. So just think about this baby screaming and crying and hollering. You're seeing the skin blistering and boiling up, and you still hold her down. You see this baby's skin bubbling and burning. You see it, and you still hold her down amidst the child screaming, amidst the skin boiling, and you still do it. You do it on purpose. And because you're black and she's white, you get probation. But y'all want me to come on here and not say anything. Or you want me to come over on here and paint a better picture. Or you want me to come on here and just lie. I'm not. I'm not. Not going to do it. You all know that if a white woman did this, her business would be shut down. There would be protests. She would still be in jail without probation, and her plea deal would have been for 15 plus years. You all know this. But because the woman is black, she gets a slap on the wrist. I keep telling you all this. I look up so many cases. This is what I do. You know what I mean? Black folks I see on YouTube and these videos getting caught with all this dope and get out of jail, make bail. Just it's insane. For real development said, I can say black people grow up not trusting white people and be careful of them because of what they've shown they're capable of. So my question for the real development is, what have black people shown you they're capable of? You know what's funny about black people? Black people will tell you, be cautious of white people. But meanwhile, in the black community, folks are getting shot, stabbed, robbed, abortions, drugs. Like, look at what goes on around black people. And they're looking past all that death and carnage and saying, worry about the white folks over there. Because them white folks ain't bothering y'all. Them white folks ain't bothering y'all. When I was growing up, wasn't nobody selling dope to just eat. They were selling dope to ball. You know, they lie and say that they had to sell dope to put food. No, they were selling dope to ball. They were selling dope to show off. They were selling dope to stunt. When people was making money off of selling dope, they wasn't going to feed the homeless. They was going getting cars, motorcycles, chains, outfits. Come on now, who we trying to kid? When black folks were selling dope back in the crack era, they wasn't going to feed the homeless. They weren't giving money to the shelters. They was going to ball out. And they was killing and they was shooting. I remember coming home from Disneyland in the bed sleep and they next door having a shootout. I remember leaving Disneyland, coming home, and they having a shootout next door. Wasn't a white person in sight. So when black people tell me they was raised not to trust white people based on their history, I'm like, you're lying. It's a lie. It's a lie. White people ain't bothered you. All of your damnation and destruction have come via black people, your next door neighbor. They broke in my mom's house too so many times. We had to get the burglar bars on there. You go to California right now, everybody got the security doors on their front door. You know why? Because folks be breaking in people's houses. Not white folks, black folks. Talking about be careful of white people. How many folks you think died on the 4th of July? How many people do you think died on the 4th of July? Black people. How many black people got shot and killed on 4th of July weekend? How many? Talking about white people. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. We were told not to trust white people because of their history with us. We were told not to trust white people because they're white people, they'll get you. Meanwhile, somebody getting killed in your neighborhood every other day. Somebody getting shot or somebody getting killed. Sexually assaulted. Baby aborted. Children can't read and write or do math on grade. I'm talking about white people. Well, I mean, you know them white people, you can't trust them. They the one that put the guns in the community. They the one that put the drugs in the community. All we did was use the guns. All we did was use the drugs. That's how crazy black people sound. All we did was shoot the gun. All we did was smoke the dope. The white man did the rest. It's absolutely disgusting. Oh no, I know it was, Paul. I know it's from the 4th, Paul. But I'm saying that was just 3 cities, Paul. What I'm saying, what you gave us was horrific and tragic, but that was just 3 cities. We still got New Orleans. We still got LA. We like everywhere, Mobile, Alabama. Like we still got places where black folks are. People were still getting shot and getting killed and dying. And we all know in this case, with this white woman's baby, that this black woman held this baby down in scalding hot water. I believe she boiled the water. My spirit tells me she boiled the water and then put that girl's body in the water. That's what my spirit tells me. Now think about you owning a daycare and your livelihood depends on how you treat children, and you don't care to the point where you feel so empowered and so emboldened that you'll say, I can burn somebody's baby and not get in trouble. I can burn somebody's child and not lose my business. That's how bold she is. This woman held that baby down there, saw the skin blistering and peeling off, heard the baby screaming, saw it, held her down, did it with no recourse. All she got was probation, nothing else. And the white woman ain't even trying to sue her. The white woman isn't even trying to sue this woman. He just wants her to go to prison. She ain't even trying to sue her. It's crazy. Yeah, I did a show on a Big Beautiful Bill a couple of weeks ago. Let's continue. Let's continue. Should I play? Let me go right here. Let me go to him right here. Let me go to him right here.
I'm not trying to scare nobody, but we are in danger. If you haven't been watching the news and checking out everything that's going on, we're in a lot of danger right now. Because the Constitution, the United States Constitution, as we know it, they about to cut all through that.
I was talking, I always thought Ricky Smiley was sassy. I don't know about y'all, but I thought he was always a little light in the loafers. But me and a friend of mine were talking last week, and he said, isn't it funny how black people said the Constitution was racist, right? Black people have been saying this whole time, the Constitution was made for white people and not black people. Now you hear black people saying that the Constitution is about to be changed. So which one is it? Is the Constitution for black people or is it against black people? If it's against black people, then why do you all care? You see what I mean? How black folks talk out of both sides of their neck? It's because black people lie. My whole life growing up, black folks said the Constitution was written by white men and it was written to enslave black people. That's what I was told my whole life, that the Constitution was bad. Now black folks are saying the Constitution is good and Trump is trying to destroy it or change it. You can't have it both ways, black people. You cannot have it both ways. The Constitution can't be bad, but also be good. You can't. And I know this is a hard concept for black folks to grasp, but you can't have it both ways. Both ways negates your argument. So in other words, you can't be a millionaire in America and then say America's racist. You can't have it both ways because you wouldn't be a millionaire in any other country. But let's continue.
And we are accustomed to having rights. All of your rights, all of our rights is at risk right now.
So now black people have rights. Now, y'all been telling me that black folks don't have any rights. Y'all been telling me they've been writing laws against black people even today. There are racist laws on the books right now. Now you're saying, though, that black people are accustomed to having rights. You can't have it both ways, black people. Dear black people, you can't have it both ways. I know this is a hard concept because a part of being black is to be double-minded. You cannot, if you're a black person, you are already double-minded already, because your skin is brown and you hollering about you blacks. You already are double-minded. You are already double. So, but you can't have both ways though. You can't say you don't have any rights and then say Trump gonna take your rights away. You cannot say that you don't have any rights and then Trump's gonna take them away. You can't have it both ways, black people. I know it's a hard concept, but you can't have it both ways.
That whole "Make America Great Again," as far as this administration and the way he is going and the way things are going. And when they say great again, that means your ass don't have no rights. If you go and watch Joy Reid videos, if you get an opportunity to watch Joy Reid videos, go watch them. You'll learn a lot, especially her video on slavery.
Now imagine Ricky Smiley telling you to go listen to Joy Reid. Imagine Ricky Smiley telling you to go listen to Joy Reid to learn a lot. Most black people get their information from CNN, the Shade Room, or another misinformed black person. Those are the three sources: CNN, the Shade Room, or another misinformed black person. So I'll say mass media, social media, and another misinformed black person. That's where black folks get their information from.
Oh, we're gonna wait till the midterm election comes. Ain't gonna be no midterm election. You better look into getting a dual citizenship somewhere if you can, because things about to get ugly. Things about to get really ugly.
Now, black folks been saying all of this since 2016. Today's title for you all checking in is, will the Negro make it to heaven? The answer to that question is yes, only if heaven is segregated. Black folks have been saying since 2016 that Trump was going to put them back in slavery. It is now 2025, and nothing that black folks have said has come true. In 9 years, black folks have been 100% wrong. And to me, that's very, like, how is a person wrong 100%? You mean to tell me you haven't been right at all? Black people have not been right about Trump at all. For 9 years, they've been wrong for 9 years straight. For 9 years, they've been wrong. Let's continue.
Yep. And I'm scared. Scared. It might be a point where we might have to pack up our families and leave, because if ICE can get immigrants or whatever and just go and get them, and without their due process in court, why can't they do it to everybody else? Now they're doing it to Haitians. And who do you think is next? And they don't give a damn if you're a Democrat or a Republican. They don't care. Nah, they don't care. Get ready. These white.
See, all black people have is emotion. All they have is just to get you emotionally riled up. And I say this all the time. When I'm talking to you all, I know what I'm saying sounds crazy to the audience out there, people that listen to me. But when I tell you that the black man is weak, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. For a grown man to post a video trying to get black people scared with lies, and what are you going to do? Black folks don't want to leave America. Do you understand that? Do you understand that black people have their best life in America? When you see black people living abroad, they're living off of American money. You are not going to see a black person leave America and leave the money behind. They're going to use their American money to ball out wherever they're going. So again, black people have it the best in the world in America. And rich man right here, Ricky Smiley, the millionaire, wants you to believe that he was able to become a millionaire in racist America, but you need to leave the country. Why would you want dual citizenship, Ricky Smiley? If America is going to take away your rights, then why would you want dual citizenship? If you don't have any rights in America, why would you want to come back? You mean to tell me you're going to be able to navigate through America without any rights? Doesn't make any sense. And I keep telling you, black women, that when you're talking to a black man and he has an excuse, don't date him. He's going to sabotage you. The reason why y'all get sabotaged by these black men is because you don't listen to him. When he starts making excuses, just know when it comes to you, he'll do the same thing. The black man is weak. I'm sorry, y'all. I encourage interracial dating. I do. Because I know how difficult it is for you black women to navigate this dating space with these black men out here. I know. Because most of them are like Ricky Smiley and Roland Martin or Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson. Like, it's really only about 3 prototypes of black men out there. He's either conscious and woke, he's a degenerate, or just a passive, weak coward. There's only about 3 categories of black men out there. Most black men are foolish. Most black men are immature. Most black men are intellectually lazy. Most black men lead with their body, their physical, their loins. Most black men are undisciplined. I'm sorry.
These white supremacy concentration camps, they're all over the country. They're stocking up on weapons and everything as if they are preparing for a war. While we out here popping fans and boots on the ground. They got real boots on the ground. Because, and the thing about it is, I don't care what you file in court. The Trump administration defied federal judges' court orders and stuff. Because what's going to happen? They can't put him in jail. He has control of the military. What's going to happen if he defies a court order? He's the president. Right? Okay. Okay.
They've been telling you all this since 2016. They've been telling you all this since 2016, and it has not come true. Quay said some black man text me at 11 p.m. asking if I like to go out for drinks. Like what? I don't even drink or be out past 9 p.m. I already know. I wouldn't even call somebody at 11 p.m. just out of respect for their time. You know, just out of, you might have to go to work tomorrow, like just out of respect. Like, that's just like, forget dating. Just out of respect, I ain't gonna call you that late. Black men don't care. Black men call you at 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's go on a picnic at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m.
Keep your eyes open. Go to Joy Reid page. Go listen to what Roland Martin has to say.
This man said, go listen to Joy Reid and Roland Martin, and y'all don't think he working for the system. That man said, I didn't watch this video. I'm watching it with y'all. That man said Joy Reid and Roland Martin. Proverbs 3:6, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Paths. That's plural. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. That's multiple paths. That means multiple endeavors. That means business, finance, relationships, health. Acknowledge him in all thy ways, and he shall direct thy paths. Thank you, Nikki. And I think Cyborg gave me a verse. I think he said 2 Timothy chapter 3. Chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. The Bible makes it plain for you all. Makes it plain.
And try to figure out if ICE come and snatch any of us up, what you gonna do? What rights do you have? And even if you have rights, what's the consequence of somebody doing something to you with this administration?
What I find funny is that Black people actually want this stuff to happen. Black people actually want this stuff to happen. It actually makes them, you know what gets them upset is the fact that Trump isn't doing it. That actually gets them upset. Like, Black people actually want to be on TV kicking and screaming, come get me, y'all, they taking me away, I'm gonna fight. Like, Black people, they want it. Black folks be creating scenarios, creating them. They might take my body, but they'll never take my soul. It's Black people. It's crazy. That was Ricky Smiley. That was Ricky Smiley. That was Ricky Smiley. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Someone wearing a MAGA hat represents more than someone being attacked for the color of their skin. When you wear a MAGA hat, you are saying you represent a specific person who does not represent you, who is going against you. So wearing the hat and being the color of your skin and being attacked for the difference, and those two things are completely different.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there a worldview attached to being Black? Because
Because if you're saying that someone getting attacked for wearing a MAGA hat is because of what they represent, so
Yes.
what does being a black person represent? Because you're saying that MAGA doesn't represent you. So what is the black experience? Can you describe it to me?
Well, I know the black experience for me. Now, the difference between what the black experience is for someone who is actually black and what the black experience is perceived to be by the white people who are oppressing us is completely different.
How are white people oppressing you?
Systematically,
What do you mean?
representatively,
Again, in what ways specifically?
financially, economically, and I mean, it's kind of it's woven into everything that we have as a society. It's too far. It's into Constitution. It's in everything. We are systematically oppressed in every single way in this country.
You specifically, how are you being oppressed by white people right now?
Okay, let me answer. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
So you saw, and this is most black people. She asked her a specific question. Tell me how you are being oppressed by black people. You specifically, tell me. Because you're in college, which is actually, you're the minority of people in the country seeking a higher education. You're trying to be rebellious, so you don't have a bra on and you don't have a bonnet on, so you're able to walk out in social settings and be rebellious with your dress code. So she's asking, tell me in what way, and you're very outspoken about how racist America is. So tell me, how are you specifically oppressed by white people? You know what she did? She walked off because she knows she can't say anything. She doesn't have anything to say. I would love for someone to read the Constitution and tell me where it mentions somebody's race. I would love for somebody to get the Constitution and just read it where it says black people are slaves, black people are inferior to white people. Please show it to me. And no, she's not black. She actually looks like she's like Pacific Islander, like Samoan or Tongan. She could be mixed black and Samoan. She probably just Samoan though. Probably. She probably just Samoan. But for argument's sake, she'll be black. But she's probably like a Samoan or Tongan or something, one of them Pacific Islanders, I guarantee. But they've been included in the whole black struggle over the past 10 years. Now everybody's black now. Oh, my bad, Nikki. You're right. The bonnet makes her black. You're right, Nikki. She said the Constitution is racist, but Ricky just said it's under attack. Which one is it? Again, black folks, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Ricky's smiling and saying the Constitution is giving black people rights, and she's saying the Constitution is racist. But y'all both are fighting the same thing. You got to make it make sense, but you can't have it both ways. I'm sorry. Thank you, Nikki. And again, when Gothics asked her a question, let's play it again.
Economically and it's kind of it's woven into everything that we have as a society. It's too far. It's into Constitution. It's in everything. We are systematically oppressed in every single way in this country.
You specifically, how are you being oppressed by white people right now?
Okay, let me answer. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
You know what? And she could be. See, some of y'all saying she's Asian. I mean, she could be like Asian. She could be, Filipino, Laos. I mean, she could, because they are, she could be South Asian. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. But let's continue. Let's continue.
Say that a black person has privilege when they have been oppressed for so much, and then that oppression has been ingrained in America for such a long time. So you saying that I'm not done. You saying that black people have privilege is a way for you to feel better about your white privilege.
Yes, people have been oppressed. Black people have been oppressed. White people have been oppressed. At some point, you're going to have to get over it and move forward. This is 2025.
But it's hard to move forward when there's so many policies that are coming out that are affecting people of color.
I'm not affected.
You're not affected, but I am as a Latina.
How? Specifically, how?
I live in fear that my parents can be deported.
Okay. Are they here? Specifically, how?
I live in fear that my parents can be deported.
I'm so tired of y'all higgities. I'm so tired of y'all higgities talking about a Latina. I just because y'all say it Latina doesn't mean it's true. Just because y'all throw the accent on the word don't make it true. The Latina, me as a Latina. Y'all disgust me. The bliggities, the higgities, the jiggities, y'all disgust me. And the wiggities, of course. Latina. Me as a Latina. I feel for my safety. Me as a Latina. I feel for my safety. ¿Qué pasa, mujer? ¿Qué pasa, mujer? Crazy. Ma'am, how often do you fear for your safety? Todos los días. Excuse me? Todos los días. It's disgusting. Let's continue.
How can you say that a black person has privilege when they have been oppressed for so much? And then that oppression has been ingrained in America for such a long time. So you saying that I'm not done. You saying that black people have privilege is a way for you to feel better about your white privilege.
Yes, people have been oppressed. Black people have been oppressed. White.
So what I find interesting is she's saying that Gothics has white privilege. So are we saying now that if you're biracial, I don't even know if she's even biracial, but let's just say she is for argument's sake. So now if you're biracial, you have white privilege. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what this Latina is saying, that if we are biracial, that we have white privilege? Is that what we're saying? Okay, one more time. I'm sorry.
How can you say that a black person has privilege when they have been oppressed for so much? And then that oppression has been ingrained in America for such a long time. So you saying that I'm not done. You saying that black people have privilege is a way for you to feel better about your white privilege.
Yes, people have been oppressed. Black people have been oppressed. White people have been oppressed. At some point, you're going to have to get over it and move forward. This is 2025.
But it's hard to move forward when there's so many policies that are coming out that are affecting people of color.
I'm not affected.
You're not affected, but I am as a Latina.
How? Specifically, how?
I live in fear that my parents can be deported.
Okay. Are they here?
Luckily for you, you don't have to fear that.
Are they here legally?
I'm not going to answer that because I don't have to answer you.
Okay, so that's okay.
But
I'm not going to answer that because I don't have to answer you. Are they here illegally, Latina? I don't have to answer that because I don't have to answer you. So in other words, if you tell the truth, it's going to kill your argument. If you tell the truth, it's going to kill your argument. Thank you, Adina. Call ICE now. How about I call? They lucky it wasn't me because I'll get on the phone. I'm telling you right now, I will get on the phone. I just looked up the number to ICE today. I'm going to put in the number for ICE. The ICE tip hotline is 866 DHS 2 ICE. That's the number for ICE. And I'm going to put the number in the chat so that if any of y'all feel compelled to get one of these folks up out of here, the number to ICE is 1-866 DHS We should have this number programmed in our phone just in case somebody want to get out of pocket. But Christopher Bakersfield said, God thinks went from being a left-wing atheist to conservative and on fire for Christ. I love her story and the work she's putting in. Amen. She really did. I want to watch her documentary too. I'm trying to watch that soon. But yeah, so let's continue. Let's continue. Thank you, Christopher.
Telling you.
So if they are, then it's because they came here illegally and not because of the color of their skin, correct?
What does that have to do with immigration?
Because you said you live in fear that...
This girl said, what does that have to do with immigration? Young lady, if they come over into the country illegally, that's called illegal immigration. If they come over legally, it's just immigration. So, young lady, you're like, these people they're not very bright. We talk about, they say that black folks have a low IQ, and I really go against that, but we got to check the IQs of liberals, because liberals are, I don't think I've ever met somebody more dumb than a liberal. Like, liberals are extremely dumb, extremely. They don't think a thought through at all.
You're a Latina.
Do you know what immigration is? Immigration is coming here for better opportunities. What does that have to do with the color of my skin?
It has to do
We
with
have white
legally.
people coming here.
No.
No,
You
do not understand
that
what
as a
immigration
Latina,
is.
you're terrified of your parents getting deported. Why would they be deported if they're legal citizens?
Nobody can answer the question. He asked a simple question. What chapter are you talking about? 2 Peter chapter what? Cyber Dreams.
My skin.
It has to do
We
with
have
coming
white
legal.
people for better opportunities. What does that have to do with the color of my skin? Coming here for better opportunities. What does that have to do with the color of my skin?
How are you coming to America for better opportunities, but you're talking bad about America? You can't have it both ways. You can't say that America is racist, but I'm going there for better opportunities. You can't say that America is racist, but I'm also going there for a better opportunity, because racism means you won't have an opportunity. Does that make sense? Racism means you don't have the opportunity. So saying you want to go to America and the country is racist for a better opportunity means you are absolutely insane, or you're just a liar. Which one is it? Thank you, Martin Towns, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Vintage Goods Willie. Why do illegals drink warm sodas? Because they're afraid of ice. It caught me off guard. I thought it was going to be something serious. Vintage Goods Willie said, why do illegals drink warm sodas? Because they're afraid of ice. I don't know why that's funny to me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. Thank you, Vintage Goods Willie. Martin Towns, thank you. They're very prideful about their home country, so much so that they're arrogant enough to fly home countries flags in America. Yet I'm supposed to believe that they're afraid to go back to the home country. Exactly. You have it too good in America. Thank you, Mr. Towns. You all have it too good in America. Everybody does. Matter of fact, we have it so good in America that America's going to fall because of it. This is why America's going to fall, because we actually have it too good. They actually made America too good. I'm serious. They actually made America so good that the average person doesn't know what's going on because their life is just that good. Thank you, All Productions, for the super sticker. Thank you so much.
It has to do
We
with
have
coming
white
legally.
people coming here.
No.
No,
You
do not
said
understand
that
what
as a
immigration
Latina,
is.
you're terrified of your parents getting deported. Why would they be deported if they're legal citizens?
They have no answer for him. No answer. No answer. Today's title is, Will the Negro Make It to Heaven? Only if heaven is segregated. Only if heaven is segregated. Speaking of illegal immigration.
Ex-husband was illegal.
Really?
I had him deported because he is illegal.
Really?
Yeah,
So you met him, fell in love, found out he was illegal, and deported him.
yeah.
Wow.
But I didn't divorce him. Got him a green card, got him back over here legal, and then divorced him because I couldn't stand any more of his BS after 13 years.
I'm play it again.
My ex-husband was illegal.
Really?
I had him deported because he is illegal.
Really?
Yeah,
So you met him, fell in love, found out he was illegal, and deported him.
yeah.
Wow.
But I didn't divorce him. Got him a green card, got him back over here legal, and then divorced him because I couldn't stand any more of his BS after 13 years.
So she said she had her husband deported, and she said, but she stayed married to him. She brought him back over here with a green card. Then she divorced him. She wanted him to come over here legally. Yes, you're right, Nikki. Yes, America's going to fall because of all of the sinning and rejecting God. Yes. Part of the complacency that we have as Americans is the decadence. It is the sin and the decadence because we don't feel the urgency to follow Christ, and so we get comfortable in with our own careers, the lifestyle, the money, everything. And so yes, but yes, ultimately it will fall because of the sin. Yes. She's a true patriot. I listen, I love this woman. I do. America does need to repent. Let's continue.
But when you hire people based on race, you're not hiring based on skill. So right now, Baker is facing a vote of no confidence by his union for, this is the key, for denying the pre-deployment of resources to Kerrville, Texas. Now, Kerrville is in Texas Hill Country, which is west of Austin. Austin has a monster fire department, and so his union, they wanted to pre-deploy resources to Kerrville, Texas. But Baker apparently didn't act because of budgetary concerns. Well, the only problem, the Austin Fire Department is fully reimbursed by the state of Texas for such deployments. They tried explaining this to him, but he didn't quite comprehend the idea of reimbursement. I don't think he knew the word reimbursement. They sat down, they said, sir, this will be reimbursed. And according to reports, he didn't understand it. The head of the Austin Fire Union, this is not me making up, said, quote, I explained the reimbursement process to Chief Baker last week, and he failed to understand this very simple concept. You see, when you hire fire chiefs based on diversity, you get morons. You don't get smart people.
And see, people think that Charlie Kirk is racist because of the way he talks about people, specifically black people. And again, this isn't racism for you all watching. He's just literally telling you what's taking place with this black fire chief in Austin. And we all know this black fire chief was hired because he was black. How we know that? Because he didn't know what reimbursement meant. The mayor of Philadelphia couldn't spell eagle. Benjamin Crump didn't know what carotid artery was. So, like, again, there are a lot of black people that you all see in high positions that are unqualified. I talk to many black people with great jobs and careers, and they don't know anything. And I'm always scratching my head as to how did y'all get those positions? Because my entire life, I earned what I had in my position. I had to be qualified either through skill set or degree. Either one. But it wasn't just I just showed up and got on the job. No, not me. But this is why they call Charlie Kirk racist, is because he called this black man a moron, because he uses those type of words. How dare you say that about a black man? Moron, idiot. Those are words that, you know, get black folks all riled up and emotional.
Austin hired a DEI fire chief who could have saved an untold number of lives, but was unable to comprehend the simple concept of reimbursement. You have to also wonder, there's another piece of tape here that we're going to play of the Democrats also saying that Camp Mystic was too white. Literally, they said, oh, Camp Mystic was too light. Other Democrat influencers are laughing and making light and fun of this online, saying, well, all those Christian girls praying to Jesus, Jesus didn't save them. This is the state of the wretched status of the modern Democrat Party.
And I'm going to say this too, in a brief side note to what Charlie Kirk is saying. I watched countless videos of black people saying that those girls deserved it. I watched countless videos of black people saying that's what those white people get because they voted for Trump, because Texas is red. I mean, it's, and you know, at this stage in the game, we can go ahead and just be honest. You're not going to find a more heartless group of people than black people. I'm sorry. The stuff I see online with black folks doing, I'm talking about heartless, like no kind of, I'm like, y'all don't care that there's children getting swept away in a flood? That don't, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
But the Austin Fire Association has said that the fire chief Baker denied pre-deployment 2 days before floods began. So they knew this flood was coming 2 days before. Kerrville is not a major city. It's growing, but it's not a major city. And this is not random people accusing this DEI fire chief. Could we put a picture of him up on screen? This DEI fire chief, that guy right there, he runs one of the biggest fire departments in Texas and one of the biggest in the country. His own firefighters are accusing him of not understanding a very basic concept called reimbursement.
So basically they say, listen, send your firefighters out there because it's an emergency and you have the most firefighters, send them out there and the state's going to reimburse you. No problem. He keeps saying, we don't have the funds to do it. They said, okay, we know this. We're going to reimburse you. Just send the men out there to fight the fire, and then we're going to reimburse you. I can't do it. I don't have the money. We are going to reimburse you. Just deploy the men out. We're going to I can't do it. Now, really, we know it's just racism because they're white. He's in Texas. Austin is liberal. He's trying to make a stance. I'm not going to save the white folks because I'm going to stand on blackness. I'm going to stand on what's right. I'm going to stick it to Trump. I get it. I get it. I get it.
His own fire union is accusing him of this. Let's trace this back. This all started with the Obama administration. Obama sued the Austin Fire Department saying, you guys are too white. We're still facing the consequences of his disastrous DEI push. And we here on the Charlie Kirk Show are one of the few programs that are actually covering this. And let me say this as clearly as possible. The death toll reaches at least 119 in the Texas floods.
Obama sued the Austin Fire Department for being too white. So now you have a black fire chief and lives are being lost because he's incompetent. What was the comment by the Sade lady, the Sade lady? What did she say? What did Sade lady say? So Obama said the Austin Fire Department is too white. Now you got a black fire chief, and on his watch, people are still dying from the flood. That he could have sent people to come and help.
$173 missing. This will be one of the deadliest flooding incidents, catastrophes in the modern era. How many people unnecessarily died because of DEI? Well, you can rest easy because they say diversity is our strength. And now those little girls are dead. Those families are without their daughters. But hey, you have a black fire chief in Austin.
Is it the young lady that was a news reporter? They got fired for saying they deserved it. Oh, okay. Let me say this. I got you, a goddess. So when you hear black people say that these camps are racist and all this stuff, how many black folks do you all know that like to go camping? How many black folks do y'all know? Now keep in mind, black folks can't even swim. Black folks don't like nature. So how many black folks do y'all know that like to go actual camping? I'm talking about actual setting up tents, roughing it, sleeping bags, campfires. How many black folks actually want to go camping? How many black folks actually love the great outdoors? If I go to a hiking store, a mountaineering store, a bicycle shop, anything dealing with the outdoors, I never see black folks in there. Now, I'm not saying that black folks don't do it, just how many. So to say that a camp is racist because black folks aren't there is kind of just foolish in itself, because black folks don't want to be there. If black folks can choose to go to Essence Festival or Greek Fest or a cookout or barbecue, they're going to do that versus going camping. Let's just be honest. If black folks can pick going canoeing on a river versus going on a Carnival cruise, they're going to pick Carnival cruise. We know this. Like, we got to start being honest. Black people, the stuff that black folks are complaining about, they don't like doing. Black folks hate the great outdoors. Black people hate the great outdoors. You're not going to find black people dying on Mount Everest. Look, my boy Ray said he enjoys camping. Key word, he said, he and not we. He enjoys camping. The average black person does not want to go camping. They don't want to go farming. They don't want to be one with nature. That's a fact. It's a fact. You are not going to find a black person dying on top of Mount Everest. You are not going to find a black person dying in a volcano. You are not going to find a black person getting bit by a shark or an alligator. You are not going to find black people nowhere getting chased by a bear. You're not going to find it. You're not going to find it. That's what white people do. Adventure. That's what white people like doing. White folks like going camping. You know what black folks do? If black folks can pick between the fish fry and going camping, the fish fry gonna always win. Just saying. So to say that camp in Texas was racist is wrong. To say that Camp Mystic was racist is wrong when you know good and well, if I go through all them applications for that camp, ain't gonna be no black folks in there. You know it and I know it. Ain't gonna be no black folks going to camp in the middle of Texas. Stop. I remember when Molly had, what did she have at her ranch that I went to at the, what was the name of it? At the Sovereignty Ranch. It was Confluence. Remember when Molly had Confluence and I gave my talk there. After my talk, I get surrounded by black people, right? They all upset with me. And the first thing they say is, how you going to say that America's not racist, so they said, when there aren't that many black folks at this camp? I said, how many black folks do y'all know want to come to the hill country in Texas to sleep in a tent around farm animals? Like, you can say all the stuff you want to say, but my question is, how many black folks want to go out to the middle of Texas, live off the land, and pay to do it? Not very many. Not very many. I said, y'all can be mad all you want, but I know. I might have been born at night, but I wasn't born last night. Listen, Top Herc said, Blanche, I can't lie. I don't like outdoor because I'm a sneakerhead. Listen, man, you ain't got to tell me this. I know. I know about black people and camping and the great outdoors. I know. Black folks hate swimming in water that's above 5 feet. What we talking about? Black folks are terrified of pools they don't even make pools anymore. When I was growing up, we used to love the pools that was 12 feet and 15 feet. You can't even find a pool that deep no more because the place knows that black folks won't go there if the pool is too deep. It's sad. Black folks like the water between 3 feet and 5 feet at the most. That's it. When I was growing up, we used to live for 12 feet and 15 feet. We used to call it deep feet. Now, Matthew 18:6. Today's title is, Will the Negro Make It to Heaven? My boy Ray said, I never been camping in my life. Listen, listen, when I was younger, my mother used to put me in all kinds of, and God bless my mother, man, because my mother exposed me to everything. I remember when I first went camping. So basically it was a YMCA summer camp, and we would go camping like every 2 weeks, or maybe every 2 weeks, every week we go camping, like actual camping, like camping. And I remember my first time going camping, I don't think it was even camping. We had went to these old army bases in the Bay Area, and we were climbing these big trees, and there was a wasp nest up there. And I remember this wasp flew under my little shorts, my little da-da-da-duts, and started stinging my scrotum. I done fell out the tree. I'm hollering and screaming. The wasp is just tearing me up. Like the wasp is stinging my scrotum, wasp is going. The camp counselor came, and she grabbed that wasp with her nails and split it in half. And she reminded me of Sigourney Weaver. I remember from Aliens, the second Sigourney Weaver movie, second Aliens movie. Anyway, my point is, that was really my first kind of experience with the being in the outdoors. This is before I even went camping. But I still went camping. Matter of fact, we did camp there, but just we stayed on the Army base. We stayed inside the Army base and not actually outside. But we were in the old Army base. I remember that next morning we ended up eating corned beef and hash. That's my first time having corned beef hash. I thought it was just the best thing since sliced bread. But anyway, it's a little side note. But yeah, I never was a Boy Scout, but okay, Combat Medicine, I was a Boy Scout and Eagle Scout, so you know. Uncle Buck said, good black people are genuine. A lot of those good white people are fake. There's a lot of good white people out there. But I mean, that goes to anybody, though. There's good people and there's bad people regardless of race. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no, like, it's that you a good person or you're not. This notion that one group is bad and one group is good and one group is foolishness. Guys, Navi said, my high school in Pasadena had a 12-foot deep pool. Still to this present time, getting in the pool used to trip me out, even though I'm a fish and love the water. Well, I mean, I'm surprised they got a pool. I mean, I don't know about high schools. I just know about like public places and like hotels. You know, now the YMCA, I learned how to swim in 12 feet. I just jumped in the water and I would paddle back to the edge and then jump out and paddle back. Then I would just paddle out a little bit and paddle back. Then I realized that you're not going to drown. Then we used to do stuff like we used to get a quarter. We would put the quarter, flip it in the pool in 12 feet and go out onto the bottom and get the quarter. Like, we used to do all kind of crazy stuff in the pool. Like we would put some at the bottom and then swim down and get it. Anyway, yeah. Then when I was in college and I was a camp counselor, I remember we used to go into the platform diving where it's way up in the air. You know, we would just dump. I don't know. I love the water. I love swimming. I love all of that. But yeah. Quay said the ants got her. Yeah, probably them fire ants. It's a cold game. But let's continue. Now, there's a case that's pretty popular on social media, and I want to talk about it right now. It's my boy Ray said, facts. I know great white people, great black people, terrible white people, terrible black people. It's a hard issue at the end of the day. A lot of bad people, but Blanchard not one. I appreciate it, Ray. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, Ray is a salt of the earth dude. He really is, man. He really is a. Ray got me a job, man. I needed a job. Ray got me a job. Ray has always been. I'm gonna tell y'all something about me and Ray, how we first met. And this how I knew Ray was an honorable person, honorable man. We were playing basketball at the gym one day, and I don't know if he even remembers this, but we got into it, and he cussed me out. Like, he just cussed me out at the gym. Like, he just, and then he left. You know, we just. But when Ray saw me again, he apologized. Now, that's not normal, especially on the basketball court, especially with the culture. It ain't normal. But Ray came back the next day and he apologized. And we've been cool ever since. You know what? It really touched me. Actually, it touched me so much. I even thank God for that. Honestly, I did. I actually thank God that he actually apologized. It really meant a lot to me. Because I probably said something to set him up. I don't even know who was right or who was wrong, but the fact that he apologized, it's meant a lot to me, man. I don't know if he even remembers that, but he's a very honorable man, very God-fearing man, a great artist. If y'all get a chance, on Instagram, his name is Ray Knowledge. His artist name is Ray Knowledge, but he makes great music. God-fearing man, family man. Really, really a jack of all trades, because when I met him, he was installing windshields, and then he went from that to doing video. He's a videography producer. I mean, everything. Like, just a talented person, man. I mean, really, man. I remember seeing Ray in the club one time at he was gone to at Compound. You remember that, Ray? He was at Compound, gone. Ray was gone. Listen, we just had some good times, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, we had some good times, man. We was out there living, we had some good times, though. But Ray is really a God-fearing man, really a great guy, man. And I really do appreciate him. I really do. But anyway, let's play this video real quick. So anyway, there's this viral video of this guy fighting this guy on the plane, and a lot of comments are being said on both sides, I guess. Most of the comments I saw were in support of the guy that was the black guy, but I think it was a black guy and a Middle Eastern guy. But I'm gonna just play the video and then play what this guy had to say. Let me try to find. Here it goes. I think it's it right here.
Hey, yo.
Now, in this video, at first glance, you're gonna think, okay, it's just black people being black. But I'm gonna let him explain what happened, and I don't really know what happened because they both fighting on the plane. So obviously it was a disagreement on the plane. But I know that a lot of folks are going to assume that it's just black folks being black. But I'm gonna let him explain what happened on the plane.
I would like to take the time to clarify a few things. I'm getting many comments like the one above of people saying that I provoked that man during the flight. First thing first, Good Morning America, ABC News, they have the narrative wrong. That's not the truth. They didn't take the time to ask any witnesses who were close by and actually witness the real thing, what happened. They interviewed the two girls who were at the front of the flight who videotaped what happened from a distance, whose video went viral. They interviewed them. They didn't even see what happened. All they saw was the aftermath. They seen and heard commotion going on in the back, and then they start recording their phone after we're fighting. And you guys want to go with that narrative? I've been getting...
Okay, so I'm gonna let him explain himself or what happened. Now, he's saying they only interviewed the people that filmed on the phone, but he's saying he's innocent in this. Somebody said, "I hear you provoke that man all the time during the flight." I can't stand people can't write, but so he's saying it's not true. So he's going to explain his side of the story, but it's going to be one part of here I want you to pay attention to.
A lot of hate speech. I've been getting a lot of negative comments, but I'm also getting an overwhelming amount of support. And for everybody who does support and is taking the time to go down the rabbit hole and find the truth, thank you. ABC, Good Morning America, I wish you guys would reach out and actually get the true story. There's plenty of witnesses who were around me in the vicinity, and they posted their own testimony to social media, and it aligns with the story that I told WSVN and what happened. I was the one who got out of my seat and went to the restroom. I was the one who told the flight attendants about the disturbed man who was sitting behind me, because I was in the front seat and he was in the back seat, and I informed them that this man is giving me threats and he's saying things to me. Before I even got up out of my seat, I had my headphones on. I'm listening to music. I'm looking outside of the window, admiring the sunset, and I hear somebody faintly laughing behind me. I can't hear it that loud because my headphones are on, but he was laughing that loud that I could hear him faintly in my headphones. I thought it was just a normal person watching a movie on their phone, some kind of funny movie, and I paid it no mind. But the two young women who were sitting next to me, they kept breaking their neck to look back to see what he was laughing at and what was wrong with the guy. And after they multiple times kept looking back, it made me a little worried, so I took my headphones off and I looked at them, and they looked at me with concern about the person behind me. I turn around and I ask the guy, "Are you good?" And he starts doing that villainous laugh again. Ha 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 ha. You're nothing but a weak man, a mortal man, a puny man. Like,
now, this is where the story doesn't make any sense. So, according to his story so far, the guy hasn't said anything to you. You based your confrontation with this guy on what the women were doing, but they didn't even tell you that he did anything or said anything to you. He's only going by what the women said. So my question is, why would you stand up and say you good? Because you good isn't a, like that's a, it's really a threat. We all know what you good mean. Like you good, like we know what that means. So up until this point, the guy hasn't said anything to him, and he even admitted that he had his headphones on. He admitted he had his headphones on. So he doesn't know what the guy is saying. He said he can faintly hear a laugh, but now he's telling you that he can hear the same sinister laugh. But you just said it was a faint laugh. Now you know it was the same sinister laugh. You can't have it both ways. You can't be bumping music, faintly hear a laugh, then hear a laugh without the music and know it's the same laugh. I don't know. I just can't. So him asking the guy, was he good, doesn't really make any sense to me because the guy hadn't said anything to him. Just because the women are looking back and looking at you don't mean nothing. The guy ain't said nothing to you, according to him. Let's continue.
He's saying things like that to me, nobody else, to me. I didn't even know this guy was behind me the entire flight. I just start laughing about it because I think it's funny. I'm like, what's wrong with this crazy guy? Why is he talking to me like that? I just get up. I'm like, I go to the restroom and the flight attendants are right there. So I say, hey guys, there's a disturbed, deranged man behind me. He's giving me things like death threats and stuff like that. I'm just letting you know that, if he puts his hands on me, like I'm gonna defend myself. I tell them that. They're like, it's okay. We basically already know about what's going on. They let me know that they were aware of him. And they told me to go back to my seat and press the button if he continues. So I do just that.
So they gave him instructions. They told him to go back to his seat, and if anything happens, you press the button. So he has instructions. So that means he should have did just that. Let's see what happened.
Walk back to my seat. As I'm sliding back through the aisle to get to 18F, which is where I was sitting, he's jawing off at me again. Oh, you weak man. You go to the restroom and you're looking at yourself in the mirror because you're just a weak man. If you challenge me, it will lead to your death and your destruction. He's saying evil things like this to me. And as soon as he starts jawing off again, I just get up, I press the button, and I turn around and I question him. I said,
so the flight attendants told him to press the button. They didn't tell him to turn around and engage with the guy. This is where all this story goes wrong. They told you to go back to your seat and press the button, not press the button, then turn around and do what you want to do. This story don't make any sense to me.
Your death and your destruction. He's saying evil things like this to me. And as soon as he starts jawing off again, I just get up, I press the button, and I turn around and I question him. I said, yo, what's your problem? You know, I'm not with any of that demonic stuff that you have going on. And he gets up immediately. He puts his forehead on my forehead, face to face, and he grabs me with both of his hands and he starts to choke me.
So let me get this straight. You turn around and you say, excuse me, kind sir, I'm not with any of these demonic shenanigans. Please refrain from talking to me in a demonic dialect. Then the guy puts his head on your forehead and starts choking you. That doesn't even make any sense. First of all, as soon as he would have went towards you, you would have leaned back. Like y'all are on a plane, you would not have stayed there. He moved. Think about his forehead on your. I mean, y'all are almost kissing. Y'all are almost lip to lip. Excuse me, kind sir. Please refrain from being a demon behind me on the plane. I don't like it. And then he says, If you challenge me, it will be your death. Give me your neck and your forehead. It just sounds ridiculous. Somebody mentioned it sounds like a comic book. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds utterly ridiculous.
You know, I'm not with any of that demonic stuff that you have drawn off again. Man, if you challenge me, it will lead to your death and your destruction. He's saying evil things like this to me. And as soon as he starts drawing off again, I just get up, I press the button, and I turn around and I question him. I said, yo, what's your problem? You know, I'm not with any of that demonic stuff that you have going on. And he gets up immediately. He puts his forehead on my forehead, face to face, and he grabs me with both of his hands and he starts to choke me. You guys are saying things, oh, if you're a man of God, why didn't you use your words? Why didn't you rebuke him? What would you do if you were in a confined space on an aircraft and another stranger you don't know stands up and starts to choke you?
Well, sir, what you did was wrong because you were not supposed to engage in what that man was doing. Up until that point, that man hadn't touched you. He hadn't kicked your seat. He was simply behind you laughing, as you admitted. And the ladies were looking. They never said he was talking to you. They never said he was threatening you. You took it upon yourself to confront that man. You did. Then after you confronted him, you went and told the stewardesses. That's what happened. And so I'm pretty sure he didn't like that. Because up until that point in the story, you even admitted he hadn't said actually anything to you. You couldn't even hear him. He didn't touch you or anything. So what you could have done was not turn around in your seat. What you could have done was just ignore him because he wasn't bothering you. What you could have did was put your headphones back in. What you could have done was pray. What you could have done was prayed for him. Believer in God, follower of Christ. What you could have done was pray for the man. What you could have done was say, Lord, temper my tongue and temper my behavior and my anger. Lord, keep me calm. What you could have did. So what would I do if a man put his forehead on my forehead and started choking me? Well, at that point, I got to defend myself. But I never would have been positioned in the first place. I never would turn around and engaged him. If I thought he was demonic, I'm not even going to talk to him. Get thee behind me, Satan. I'm not even going to talk to you. That's what you should have done, almighty man of God. Christina said he should have channeled the ancient one. Right.
I defended myself. I did what any rational person would do. Okay? I genuinely concerned for this man, Ashan. Whatever demon, whatever situation he was going through, I pray that man gets the help that he needs, because that is not okay. When is it okay to put your hands on another human being on a flight for no reason, unprovoked? I did nothing to him. I was minding my business the entire time.
I call cap. I call cap.
I was prepared for all the racist comments and the hate speech and things like that, and honestly, it doesn't faze me. The only thing that upsets me is that these news outlets are reporting false narratives, and everybody is starting to run with it and believe it. Take the time. Go to WSVN on Instagram. Go on YouTube. Go to WSVN and search the news and listen to the story.
Again, sir, based on what you said, you were in the wrong, because the stewardess has told you, if you have a problem, just press the button. Because then they could have moved you. They would have just moved they would have just moved you. That's it. They would have asked somebody to switch with you and they would just moved you. That's all. But you decided to engage that man because your ego and pride got in the way. That's all. You felt like he was trying you, oh mighty man of God, oh follower of Christ. So based on what you told in this story, you were in the wrong. Because based on this story, that man didn't even know you, nor did he say anything directly to you. you stated that he only said something to you after you confronted him. And you only confronted him based on the looks that some women gave you. Not what they said, but some looks they gave you.
There's a young woman named Melissa who was on the flight, and she was helping break up the fight. She was right there when everything happened, and she tells the entire story on her Instagram. I will tag her Instagram in the comments. Go watch it for yourself. Don't believe everything the news puts out. They just put out silly narratives without having the real truth behind the entire story.
Now, do you all think he listens to CNN or not? Now, hold up. Now, do you all believe that this man right here is not watching mainstream media with all them silly stories? Do you think this man right here ain't saying right now, we got to do something about Trump and ICE? Stop. Andre, this hat can be purchased on a person on Instagram. His name is Corey Yeshua at KOREY JESUUA. No, S, I'm sorry. YESHUA. Corey Yeshua on Instagram. He sells these hats. The link will be on his page. So at Corey, KOREY, Yeshua, YESHUA.
Thank you to everybody who's supported me. Thank you to everybody who's reached out to me with encouragement. You guys have been nothing but uplifting through this entire experience. Everything in my life just changed overnight, all because of this one incident. I don't condone violence. I don't condone things like that, but I also don't believe it's okay for another man to attack another man unprovoked. I don't believe in that. And
he playing the victim. And the man already admitted he confronted the man. You confronted the man, then you went and told. That's why the guy got upset. He got upset because you confronted him and he wasn't even talking to you, per what you said. You confronted him, then you went to go tell the stewardess. So that's why he was upset with you. Then you turn around multiple times, you admitted, you turn around 2 more times. So I guess he kind of felt threatened because he's sitting down and you're standing up over your chair looking down at him. You good? What's up? Like, so again, no, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. It's cap. Black people lie.
I believe you have every right to defend yourself, and that's exactly what I did. You know, a lot of people want to hear more about the story and they want to know what's going on, but I'm honestly getting tired of this. Every day I've waken up and it's been more and more and more commotion and more people reaching out to me, and it's just getting overwhelming. So this is the last thing I'm just going to post about this story. I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys want something more in depth, then I may post something on YouTube at some point, but just stay connected to me. Follow my page, like my page, subscribe to my page, subscribe to my YouTube, whatever the case may be if you're looking for more. But
he just said he's tired of all the commotion, but make sure y'all like and follow and subscribe. I'm tired of all the commotion. It's too overwhelming. It's too much, but make sure y'all like, subscribe, and donate. Oh man, make sure y'all like, subscribe, follow, and donate. It's overwhelming, it's too much, y'all are too much. But make sure y'all like and subscribe and follow, please. I may drop a video on YouTube. I don't know. I may drop a video. Wink, wink. He gonna start a whole podcast. Demons on a plane. Come on, man. He gonna start a whole podcast, Demons on a Plane. Stop, man. Oh my goodness. Thank you, All Productions. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Vintage Goods Willie. Only time black camps is a homeless or a crackhead in camp. Only time black people camp, he ain't lying though, is if they homeless or crackheads. Boy, you ain't lying. Boy, and you want to see the black folks camping? Now, you want to talk about some camping in an urban environment? Black folks got that sold up. Black folks will set up a tent in an alley in a minute. You're right about that. I guess that wasp went nuts. You on a roll today, man. Thank you so much. You are on a roll today. I want to thank Goddess Navi for moderating today. Thank you so much. Listen, I love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow on Cutting Through the Culture. You know, Cutting Through the Culture now is every 2 weeks. We should be going live tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, I love you all, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much.